Hi guys, this is Thomas and Adam from Catworks, and we're here to show you how to get, well, by my handle on the team of Dishonored, which is to get the way 13 back out of brawl by killing uncombattants first personally.
Now, this achievement took us forever to get, didn't it, Tom?
It requires patience in scrap game.
Yeah, it requires me, basically, doesn't it, Tom?
Hey.
Because we both tried getting this achievement, but obviously, this is me playing the game now.
You really have to remember controls.
Yeah. Basically, we've got a couple of tips and hints to help you get through this achievement, because it is a bit of a bitch. We have struggled with getting it, but...
Well, we should say right off that it requires a lot of time. You can't just get it quickly and easily.
Yeah, it's like... We reckon that we got it at least... We should have got it at least twice, because the number of kills that we've got at the end of a couple of playthroughs matches what we got at the end of this playthrough, at which point we got the achievement. So either the achievement glitched out on us and it just didn't pop up, or obviously we fucked up ourselves.
Well, I think it glitched out because with this Donald Trials DLC, we've been experiencing a lot of glitches with regards to achievements.
Yeah, we have, especially the train one.
And visual glitches, because this one in this particular one, where you start off with your hand inside your hand.
Yeah, we won't show that in the actual video though. But we've got a couple of things to say, and we'll start off with factions. Basically, there's 4 factions in the actual map that's going on, and they are Authority, which covers guards, elite guards, overseers, dogs, tall boys, and the Torturer, who comes in round 9. And none of them will attack each other, but they will attack Slackjaw's gang members, Weepers, and Assassins. So it's always best to take your time when the round starts. Have a look around and see who spawned and what faction they are and things. Because if there is a faction and only one of them is spawned, essentially if there's like 2 guards, 1 overseer and 1 dog, they won't attack each other. So you can take your time in dealing with that round and making sure you've got them all. But if you see that Slackjaw gang member then, with the fire coming out of his face, you saw that, didn't you, Tom?
Yep.
Yeah. That he's a bastard, which leads me on to heavy hitters. It's like you're gonna want to take down Slackjaw's men, because more often than not, if they are in combat, they'll end up killing someone. So it's best to take them down first.
The assassins are quite difficult as well, aren't they?
The assassins are quite difficult, but they normally stay on the rooftops, which is another tip that we should say, which is, as you can see me doing now, just stay up on the rooftops. You get a full advantage view, you can see everything, you can practically see the entire map, and as you can see here, which leads back to my other point just now, only 1 faction has spawned, so you can see me taking my time with this, trying to find the last guy who is obviously hiding from me somewhere. But get on high rooftops, just be patient with it and see who's spawned. And if they are fighting, then just either slow time down, which you'll get by, I think it's round 5 or 6, because you can get 2 of those. What are they called?
Runes, powers?
I think they're runes, yeah. Look at me trying to sneak up on this one.
So, in terms of abilities or gadgets, is there any particular ones you found helpful?
I found that all of the missile ones, so you've got the gun, arrows, things like that, they're very helpful when it comes to from a distance, being on a distance, and dealing with heavy hitters, as I said about Slackjaw's men. It's if you literally just run up to them and just gunshot them to the face, it kind of helps dealing with them, because they can be a bit of a bitch. But the best thing I find is that just slow time down as often as you can, and you can do this by conserving on mana, by not using blink as often, because believe it or not, you can get around this map without using blink at all.
You start off with double jump, don't you?
Yeah, you do. You start off with double jump, so you can just literally double jump to most places. It's you'll see me throughout this video just oh, here we go. Just double jumping up to ledges like that.
As if on cue.
I know, yeah. And yeah, don't use blink, save your mana, use bend time quite a lot. Use ammunition quite sparingly. I almost died there, I was a big fall. Use ammunition sparingly, because you'll definitely need it by round 9, which is for the Torturer.
Yeah, what do you do about with as far as for bosses or the tall boys in the Torturer?
Well, for the Torturer, it's best to take down everyone else. Normally, I have the only two factions I've experienced on round 9 is the assassins and the authorities, which the torturer is a part of. The assassins will attack the torturer, but the torturer can take a lot of damage, so it's probably best to just like attack, kill the guards, then kill the assassins, and then just back off away from the torturer.
Because the torturer only has a melee weapon.
Yeah, and if you jump on a ledge, if you jump anywhere out of like distance for a melee weapon, then you can just pick him off with arrows or gunshots and things like that. I often use a grenade, just chuck one down at him, and one or two will deal with it. Speaking of grenades, this little bastard here with a music box, as you can see, he can't get close to him. If you've played the actual game, you'll know this. You can't get close to him because he'll keep pushing you away. It drains your health, and you can't actually use your powers whilst he's doing it and directing at you. So if you just chuck a grenade at him, it should be pretty good. That's what we normally do.
Or if you use your grenades, just use a bullet to a leg or something.
Well, like you like to do.
Yeah.
And then watch it as his leg falls off.
Yeah, it's quite funny. In a mean way.
Yeah. One thing I will say as well is that I got through these rounds by doing slow time straight away at the start, and then like cruising around the rooftops to get all the assassins. Because in the later rounds, it normally is only the assassins and authorities that actually spawn. I've seen a couple of Slackjaw's men spawn later, but like the only other faction, like Weepers for example, they don't really spawn at all past round 3 or 4. So literally just deal with the assassins first, in my opinion, because the authority is practically present in every single round, and they're normally the majority part faction. So they won't attack each other, just deal with the minorities around the other groups. Because, as I say, if like only one member of one faction spawned and the rest of them are another faction, chances are that one member of that faction is probably going to die.
Yeah, we're going to last long, are we?
Yeah, he's not going to last long, so whatever you do, try and get to them first. It's like, as you just saw there, I just killed Slapjaw's men, and I think he was practically the only one on the map then. And he would have got bitched by everyone else, especially that tall boy. Which leads us on to telling you how to deal with tall boys. If you take our advice from before, which is basically stay up high all the time, be patient with it and stay up high and have a look at what's spawned and stuff, then chances are you're probably up high enough to take down a tall boy. Because the quickest and the best way to do it is just to get up here as where I am now. Because the tall boys either spawn just down this bottom where I'm looking just then, or over the other side of the map. And both are accessible to jump upon, like that, with the assassin. But what you're going to see now is me jump back up there, and hopefully hit him. Yeah.
Well, it's an instant kill practically, isn't
it is just an instant kill, and it slows time just a bit. Enough so that no one else is killing each other, so you're pretty good.
Yeah, well, if they do kill each other, it's like, usually it's like, they take 2 hits, don't they, I think, when they fight each other. Like, they fall to the ground and they get up again and fight each other.
Yeah, don't worry too much if people are fighting. Although it's best if you do get to everyone before they even, like, reach each other. If they do start fighting, it can do you a bit of a job, because some of them take 2 or 3 hits to bring down anyway. So if they've hit each other once or twice, chances are you can just knock them down with 1 hit.
Well, when we do it gets a bit confusing sometimes. If 2 people are fighting, you go and kill one. Sometimes it's difficult to tell if you killed them or if the other guy killed them. So it's a bit frustrating at times as well.
Yeah, I'd definitely say keep an eye on the skulls that appear at the top of the screen at the start of every single round, and make sure that one of them disappears every time you've killed someone. And also keep an eye on the how many kills you've got on the right side of the screen underneath a little timer for each round, because at the end of this I get 52 kills. But I've read some other comments on this achievement, and a lot of people say that they got up to 53. So just make sure that how many kills you've got practically correlates to how many you should have got throughout the rounds. Each round is randomized, so it might vary, but chances are you're going to get 52 or 53 kills at the end of it. So we basically spent hours and hours doing this. And it is best to just play through it 3 or 4 times. Make it so you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get on your first few attempts.
Yeah.
We got to be sure of that.
But as soon as you know that you can get it, then just restart and it'll go straight back to it.
Well, good luck with this one.
There you go, guys.